if we need to use a new sprinkler, I make the sensor, everybody, we do make our own sprinkler. It comes in 4-inch and 6-inch. It takes only
like they got over there?
All the way down to the PVC?
All the way down to the PVC, and then dig a trench.
All you gotta do, and by the way, I gotta tell you something. This is a very strong spring. You don't want to do this, for example, and then take off that nozzle, because this thing can hit you in the head. It can give you a black eye, I'll tell you that right now. It'll hurt. So you want to be careful. You don't want to be pointing at anybody else either. Notice how I'm holding that down, and then slowly I'm going to take this thing out so I don't kill myself or kill somebody else. Okay?
Let it pop out?
Huh?
Make a hole.
Spring out?
Oh yeah, when you compress this thing here, you got a lot of, you're creating a lot of pressure. Okay, this is the old stem, okay? And then here's our new stem. And it's got the little valve in it. We, on Rainbirds, you guys see this little ring here? Yeah. This is called a ratchet ring. And the ratchet ring is what keeps this guy facing the same way every morning. Without the ratchet ring, one morning it'll face that way, next morning it'll face that way, that way. It just goes all over the place. The ratchet ring keeps it in place. Okay? Yep, that's very important. On our Rainbird 6-inch replacement stems, we have a rather loose ring. So don't lose this thing because it'll want to fall right off. When you lock everything in with the spring, you're fine. Okay?
What about this piece here? Do you put that back in?
This is guys, this is the nozzle. For your information, as you get more involved in the irrigation business, you will find that the only time you can ever buy a sprinkler with a nozzle in it, because don't forget the water comes out of the nozzle, is at Home Depot or Lowe's or in a hardware store. When you go to a landscape, like you guys have been to some of the distributors, have you not?
They probably have not.
Have been, because Richard does a lot of shows, or I'm sorry, classes at distributors, irrigation distributors. You buy the sprinklers separately, you buy the nozzle separately, because nobody knows what nozzle you're going to need. Okay? So I'm going to put this back up. I'm kind of straightening this up to the best of my ability. Okay? Now it's pretty straight. There's nothing that works more inefficiently than a sprinkler head that's like that or like that, because the nozzle is shooting this way and shooting up that way. You want your it's got to be pretty level. If it goes forward a little bit, that can sometimes be a help to you, but usually you want them straight up and down. And I even carry in this little bag rocks or pieces of big bark chips. Like if the lawnmowers keep knocking the thing that way, or if they keep knocking it that way, I'll put this rock in here like this, lock that thing in place like that to help keep it locked in place and cover it up with dirt. Okay? So we are. Oh, now the next thing I'm going to do is tighten it, and that'll be it. And I'm not going to over tighten, you guys. I don't ever need to do that. I just need to put it on really snugly. First of all, I'm going to do as much as I can with my hands. Okay, that's it. And then I'm just going to just do this. And I don't need to make sure it doesn't stop turning. I just want it to be pretty strong.
So, Ted, as a general rule, you want to make sure that it's nice and snug at the body?
And straight up and down.
Okay.
That the cap is snugly onto the body. And by the way, too, another thing I've seen out in the field, which is gives you a tremendous amount of problems, is when the body is not snugly onto the nipple or the blue lock elbow or whatever. That's got to be on pretty snugly, too. Because if you try to adjust sprinklers that have an arc adjustable range like a PRN does, or an MP rotator, doesn't matter.
And these ones have a swing joint on there, a Marlex on there?
I guess so. I think so.
Can you explain to us a little bit about the importance of having a Marlex or a swing joint is?
Well, the swing joint allows you, if the sprinkler gets hit this way, that way, that way, or that way, the swing joint, if it's properly, if you have enough elbows on there, the street, a Marlex, by the way, is known as a street elbow. You have enough street elbow. A street elbow is an elbow that instead of being female by female, is male at one end and female at the other. That's what a street elbow is, okay? And that's the word. That's the way you'll see it at Home Depot and everybody, street elbow. And by having these 2 or 3 street elbows, you can hit them so that when the lawnmowers hit these things, they don't snap and break off. They bend and they flow with it. However, I don't have to deal with any of that. And I don't have to deal with the little nipples, the 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch. You got to make sure, because I use blue lock. Every time I put a sprinkler in, I use blue lock, and I don't have to deal with any of that stuff. I don't have to deal with nipples. I don't have to buy nipples. I don't have to carry my little nipple box around that's got from close nipple all the way up to 12-inch. Don't have to deal with any of that stuff. Other than little valves, the next easiest thing on the market is blue lock. That's why I know that. Take that off.
There you go. Take that piece off too.
Okay. Now, grab it again. Grab it right here. Just kind of, you want to slowly come up. No, you slowly want to take the cap off.
Bring it back up.
Yeah, come on back up. There you go. Let it fall out. That's fine.
That's right. So that's the old one.
Now you're good to go. Now you're going to grab the new one. By the way, I've always found this particular job you're doing right now is easier without gloves.
Yeah. Really
Yeah,
good. I got
and
mud
then
all over mine too.
And these aren't tools, so.
Okay, put that in there like that. It's out of the package almost in a 180, just like you see here, a 180 pattern. Okay, now, I'm going to take my channel locks. I'm going to be below the nozzle and above my little valve. And I'm going to do that. As long as I hear clicks, I'm okay. Sometimes when you go to the left, you don't hear clicks. You know what I do when I don't hear clicks? Then I turn it all the way around. Because I know I'll hear clicks if I go this way. Okay? And I'm going to do my right side first, because on the PRN, the right side is fixed. It's the left side that gets adjusted. Does everybody understand it?
Yeah.
If you don't, watch me do it, and then you will understand it. Okay, now I'm going to open it up a little bit more. Okay. I mean, now you guys are going to get wet in this quadrant right here. I'm going to take my arc adjustment tool. When I feel it lock into place, okay. Did you see I lost that over to the left?
Dang, that was tight.
Okay. And I can go, I'm going to do a little bit more. I can go from 45 degrees, I can go from this pattern right here all the way to a 3/4 of a circle. Everybody, look at the sprinklers up here, and you can see how sprinklers should look. This is how they look when they're done right with the little valves and the precision rotating nozzles. Yeah. It's as clean as it could possibly be. Can you get that in there, Brendan? Will you get that shot up here? It's really clean, it's sanitary, no overspray, no misting. And by the way, we don't have any problems getting a little water in this dirt area. We didn't try to avoid that, because this is the sidewalk. We don't want water on the sidewalk. And this is the way they're supposed to be. And then Brandon, if I can get you to take a shot down here, this is exactly what you don't want.
This is boo-boo sprinklers. You see that? That's a waste of water. It's just a waste of water. It's just running for nothing. Look, it looks like it's fog down there.
See where it's all misting and fogging?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you don't want. And this is why the little...
This video has been brought to you by the Landscape Certified Contractors Association. So thank you to our members for making these videos happen. If you would like to become a member, please visit www.irrigatortech.com. Again, that's www.irrigatortech.com. Thank you for your support.